What is up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of AOS Trash Pandas. I'm your host, Rob, and with me, as usual, is the mustachioed man himself, Carbson Whitlock. How's it going, Carbson?
That's me.
That's you.
Carbson.
Yep.
Actually, there's a guy in the Team Canada server whose name is Carbone, and I can't figure out if he's making fun of me or if he just has that as his
It just
Discord
happens.
username.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he's never said anything. He's just in there. I'm like...
It could be like he's into like very low carbs, and it's actually carb 1.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
like
he
one
could
carb
be...
a day. It's like ultra keto. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, ultra like caveman diet or whatever they call that.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah. So,
but I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing things. I'm here, and I'm ready. I'm really ready to talk some Age of Sigmar. You said before the show, like there's not that much to talk about, but I'm really excited for what they showed.
Yeah. Yes.
But first, technically, we have to talk about. Do you see the rumor engine? Because I know what it is. I'm going to call it out ahead of time. Okay.
Okay. I don't know what it is. It just looks like a thread, 2 threads.
No, this is definitely the strip you hang from the back of your car so you don't get an electric shock when you open the door. You know what I'm talking about?
Thing? No, I don't.
Yeah. So there's this strip you can buy. You hang it from the back bumper, and then it just like it basically touches the ground. And that way, when it gets really dry out in the winter, you don't completely ruin your... Because I bought one before because they're... I don't know that they work that well, but I think it was something to do with the carpets in our old apartment, but I would go down and, oh my God, like just... it like set your hair on end. It was crazy. And it hurt. Like it really hurt. And that's so I know these things really well. And I've even thought about modeling them on my, what do you call it? Space Marine vehicles. You know what I mean? And maybe like my orc, like Gorgruntas, or actually probably the best one that I should put it on is the electric eels for Idnith, because biovoltic blast. Right? Like they should put one of those things on there. They're flying around, Well,
wouldn't they want more though? Like
no, but like no, for sure. But then once they're on there, they're not going to feel it, right? So this is just for like when they go down. Like maybe they live in an apartment too. Maybe they've got like some old polyester carpet in their apartment too. So when they get onto their eel, like that might piss them off, right? Like you get onto the eel and you're like, and they're like, and the eel bites you and you're just like, damn it, if only I had one of those strips,
I think they've said that many times, and I think you just cracked it.
I think I cracked the code. So like it could be AOS, it could be 40K, but like some kind of, I mean, like
maybe it's on the back of the cog fort.
Yeah,
just like a little.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, it could be like a new steam tank, like. That thing's all metal. Like, there's no way they're not just regularly getting shocked. Yeah.
That'd be awful, actually.
It would be. It is. Trust me. Yeah. If you ever have that, I highly recommend it. Grounding wire. Thank you, Beefy. Thank you. Welcome, everyone, to that long introduction of absolute nonsense, which is, I'm sure, what you've come to expect, unless you're new here. And if you are, welcome. I'm going to do something I don't think I've ever done before, Carson. Near the start of the show. Like, I don't think I've ever done this, like, in the first 3/4 of the show. We're only, like, we're less than 5 minutes in, and I'm actually going to say, if you like the stream, please consider subscribing and liking. Usually I only get reminded by a kind, often Braden or, Ladivicus and Keith, Beefy. Some of the regulars are usually the ones who remind me to say that kind of thing. Actually promote our own stream. If you like it, consider, hitting the subscribe button. We've got lots of content coming for the Saga of Six Gamers coming out. More interviews on the way. I'm still trying to get the kinks out and stuff like that of the full interviews, but we've got Spearheads coming. And I finished finally, after an insane amount of like, painting like once a week, over the past many moons, I finished 3 rat ogres. So I'm pretty happy about that. So I didn't get a chance to take pictures of them because, I used up my 20 minutes for the week of hobby time. But yeah, I'll try and put them on like tomorrow or the next day on the Saga of Six hobby part of the Discord. And if you want to join the Discord, links in the description below. It's totally free. Lots of great hobbying going on down there, and list advice and all sorts of great stuff. So theorizing. And speaking of theorizing, when we talked about our theories, and there was a great debate on there about the different Christmas boxes we were expecting, no one predicted a new Warhammer quest. Now, what is your experience, first of all, with Warhammer Quest? Have you played any of them?
No, 0. Big goose egg for me.
Actually, I'm pretty sure that's a lie. That wasn't a trick. But didn't you, like, because I didn't really know you very well back then, but didn't you play some of Blackstone Fortress?
I did. I actually own Blackstone Fortress. I didn't know that was Warhammer Quest, to be honest.
I think it is. I mean, it's very much in the same... Yes, please. We need to know. The people... Oh, he's jaunting through space and time into the meat dimension to find whether or not... He's come back with a thumb. Wow.
It is Warhammer Quest. It was like precariously placed under a bunch of stuff on my shelf, but it is in fact Warhammer Quest. So I have played Blackstone Fortress.
Heck yeah.
I liked it. It was fun.
It was great. I'm not sure. I might argue that's... I haven't played enough of the original. Or actually, no, the original one's Hero Quest. So like that doesn't even count. So Warhammer Quest, I think maybe Blackstone Fortress was like peak. Because I think I had the most fun playing Silver Tower, which came out like super early Age of Sigmar. And that is such a wacky and fun game. But they kind of refined the rules when they got to Blackstone Fortress. And then I think Curse City, they went a little too far. I think they kind of like over-designed the game and made it like a little bit too complicated. Because we're not looking for like this like, Warhammer Fantasy Battles rules type experience. Like you want something that's quick. You want something that you can teach fairly quick. And like the setting and everything about Curse City was perfect, but I think the rules were maybe a little bit over-designed. And so what I'm kind of hoping for this one, which I'm going to buy, like I've bought, Blackstone Fortress is the only one I didn't buy because it's 40K. And I just don't really care as much about the setting, even though we played to the very end of it, not exclusively with you. Like I think you were in and out, and your buddy played. I won't say his name just in case, but you know who I'm talking about. The Drukhari, the guy who played Drukhari for a little bit.
Oh yes, I do.
Yeah. And he has like show business type experience, but I don't want to, like I'm just being courteous to your friend. But we played it with him a bit and with you. But anyway, we got to the very end of the game, and I think we got to the final battle, and then I just never got to open up the envelope that comes in there, which is one of the coolest things ever, by the way. And I think they started that with Blackstone, but after Silver, so there's Hammerfall. I think Hammerfall was the one after Silver Tower. That one was really good too. I don't own that one actually, now that I think about it. Because I didn't really want any of the models. And like, what's funny is like Nurgle's never been my thing, but I'm definitely going to pick this one up. Here's the question though. Okay. Warhammer Quest Darkwater, right? Then you look at the picture and then you read the bottom. Grim adventures in the ruins of the mortal realms. Now, I could be wrong, but the Mortal Realms is exclusively Age of Sigmar, correct? Okay. But the people on the front cover the heroes look like they're from Warhammer Fantasy. Like that looks like that looks like the Bretonnia dude from that they just released, like from for the old world. And like,
Yeah, it's a very like vintage looking cover.
right? Not only is it vintage, but like they look very vanilla, the heroes,
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah, it's interesting. And you have this kind of like water sorcerer lady on the left,
Yeah,
like the Lady of the Lake type thing.
exactly.
Uh,
And there's like a
yeah,
regular looking dwarf ranger kind of guy.
yep, yeah, that's interesting.
Right? So I'm
Alex says Warhammer AOS End Times.
end times, maybe. Well, it does say the ruins of the mortal realms, so it's kind of like maybe. I don't know. Like, and like they could even make like a like how they got through. Like maybe there's a portal or something like that, and they're gonna like because Gotrek was he stepped into like the realm of chaos, and time doesn't flow the same way, and then he popped out in the mortal realms like ostensibly tens of thousands of years later or whatever it is. I don't really know. So yeah, I'm kind of I don't know. Like I'm gonna buy it. I've already pre-ordered it. Like I don't even know the price, but like I love this type of thing. I'm hoping that the rules are cool, and it'll give me a chance to like paint beastman looking things and Nurgle type things. Even though I'll never buy an army of such such an army. But yeah, like I'm wondering about that, Beefy. Is it a throwback? Are they in the like you said, maybe it's
Yeah, it's
yeah.
it's interesting because like the focal point of this box cover is like super vanilla, like 80s
Yeah.
style,
Yeah,
like medieval heroes, like you would think for Warhammer Fantasy battles, but everything
exactly.
surrounding them is like the Maggotkin that we know.
Yeah,
Like obviously there's
exactly.
pestigores, but if you look at that like knight dude in
Right.
the kind of like middle left, that's got like the same Nurgle helmet with the
Right.
spike on it.
Yep, totally. Yep.
It's like very very Maggotkin, very familiar for AOS, but it's just like completely different in the center,
Right?
and even the proportions are completely different.
Yeah, they're more like hulking, right?
No, I mean in the heroes in the center seem more like
Oh yeah, they
they
seem
look
more
like real
vanilla
picture.
human. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it could be like taken literally out of a like a classic sort of board game cover. And like the Pestigore too, like other than the green hue, which is the entire background and the water, there's nothing that says Pestigore other than like the symbol on his pauldron, but that could just be flavoring. Like it probably is Nurgle themed, but we don't know that like the Beastmen might not just be Beastmen. This might be well, you could use it as whatever you want.
Right.
Like I'm not sure. I kind of hope that it is sort of more Nurgly themed, even if it is like Beastmen and other such things, because you can have like Nurglings in there, you could have like a bunch of stuff. But I mean, even if if it's straight up old world, even if it's straight up AOS or some kind of Frankensteinian combination of the two, I don't know. I'm here for it. I hope that the rules are a little bit simpler because like I don't play Warhammer Quest with you, Carson, normally. Like we played Blackstone Fortress, like 6 years ago or something crazy. Before the end times that was 2020 and 2021. But like, it's I play this with my son. I played Silver Tower with my brother and his wife, and they have no interest in wargaming. You know what I mean? So those are the kinds of it's kind of a gateway game. So that's why I want to have like a simpler rule set, very much pick up and go, or you can do like a campaign and keep going, and you know what I mean? But yeah, like we also got like this board game called Nemesis, I think it's called, and it's basically like a spoof on Alien, and it's so complicated. You know what I mean? And it's just like it takes you like hours just to learn the rules and to like go through like one round of the game, one session, and we tried it like twice and we haven't done it since because it's so much work. And Curse City wasn't nearly that bad, but still, you know what I mean? Like you want to, like what a great example of like a great board game where you could just sit down is like Ticket to Ride. You could teach that game in like 1 minute flat and you're playing the game. You know what I mean? Or Munchkin.
Yeah.
Like there's a bunch of those types of games where it's just so quick. So I'm hoping it doesn't need to be like as quick as Ticket to Ride, but just quicker, you know?
Yeah, that'd be nice. Quicker, and then you can just kind of like the models are just a proxy and something pretty to look at, essentially.
Exactly. It could be.
So I see the Skaven shaman that he's talking about.
Yeah, it could be.
It's between the wings of the on the whatever that is on the knight's helmet.
I think it has like a human face though, doesn't it?
Does it?
I don't.
I got to pull this up on the actual website.
Obviously, I hope I'm wrong, but like, it would probably be the thing is though, because if you look at his staff, it's the symbol of Nurgle on top. And I just don't see them. I think, now correct me if I mean, like, you guys can't see it as good on the stream as I can, but I think that's a human face with, like, just horns coming out of his shoulders.
Yeah, I think you might be right. I think that might
I don't want to be right. I think everyone knows that I don't want to be right. But I like where your heart is at, Beefy, very much, because that's normally my job is to like, how can I make this into Skaven? You know?
Yeah.
I want this to be Skaven. How can I make that happen?
Ethan in the chat says, is there any chance that new units in this box become AOS units?
Let's think about it. Well, yes, there is, but not in the way you're probably asking. So what I mean by that is if you look at, like, let's go back to Silver Tower. There were horrors of Zeech. There was pink, blue, and brimstone horrors in there, but that wasn't even part of the kit. There was other stuff too. Oh, there was Zangor before Zangor got a kit, but it was like a different one, and there's only a couple of them. And then if you look at Warhammer Quest, there was like Space Marines, there was Cultists before they got a new kit. If you look at Curse City, there was Skeletons, but they were a full kit. Like there was 10 of them in there, but it wasn't the actual kit. It seems like mostly what they do, but it does seem like they are a precursor to stuff that's about to get a new kit. If that
wasn't
makes sense.
Torgilius in Curse City?
Torgilius. Is that a Stormcast guy? Well, I mean, there was like
he's a Soulblight guy.
Oh, okay. Well,
Torgilius Chamberlain.
Oh yeah. He's a named character in there. But like, so okay, I'll put a pin in that. Okay. But if you look at like, I mean, everything that's like, not everything that's in there gets a kit, but most of like what's in there becomes a new kit, if that makes sense. And like, there are some things in there like heroes, specifically like the Gaunt Summoner on foot, I believe, has always been from, like it got its start in Silver Tower. And the Ogroid Thermitage, I believe, got its start there. But like, I mean, like, I meant like units, like new Blight Kings or something like that. Like this guy in the background seems to be like he's the new Chadakar. Or Radakar, I should say, because Chadakar became later. But so what I was going to say though about Curse City though, and Torgilius, and you know everyone that's in there actually, what became a named character, according to the Painting Phase, the Peachy and whatever that podcast that he used to do, he was saying that all the stuff that was in Curse City was never meant to be an actual release. But then the release got flubbed so badly that they took all that stuff and they released it into Soulblight Gravelords. So it was kind of like not the way it was intending to be. Can we not go back to Silver Tower? I mean, I kind of did. Like I talked about the or maybe I didn't read enough. Maybe I'll come back to that in a second. But yeah, I mean, they've all been really good. So this is like this is one of the few things that, assuming it's not like insanely overpriced, and I don't think it will be, you know, it's just like a no. I don't need to know anything other than it's a Warhammer Quest game, and it's set in like fantasy or Age of Sigmar. Like, I'm gonna buy it. Like, I literally pre-ordered it already. So, yeah, or whatever, from my local game store, not from GW, but yeah, I try to always buy stuff from, you know, local stores. But that is a great question, Ethan. Like, so like we don't know because like who knows when they're going to try and get more bang for their buck. It is GW we're talking about. But so far in the past, it's been more supplementary. You know what I mean? Like, I think, but anyway, yeah. I hope you guys are excited as excited as I am. Let me know here and in the comment section later if you guys, you know, are going to pick it up. But it is a Warhammer Quest game. Silver Tower was probably the most disappointed I've been in a board game. That's interesting, Riley. I really like it. And like, if you go back and look at it, like, I think the problem with Silver Tower was people were expecting Hero Quest and then they got Silver Tower. But if you go back, like I think the guy who designed Silver Tower is like, I think he might have been like the same guy who did Mordheim or something like that. Like, the guy is like kind of a genius, and he created this game, and like the replayability of Silver Tower is insane because there's this booklet, and I think there's like 120 like different like scenarios you can get or something crazy. I've got it right over there. Like, I could go find it, but I really liked it. But like, I'm not saying we should go, like, rules wise, it was perfect. I think they kind of developed the rules a bit better in, you know, Blackstone Fortress, like I said. But I just think that Curse City was a little over designed. Yeah. You expected Warhammer Quest, like the game, and I played it a fair bit because I wanted to like it. Never landed. That's fair. But like, what's weird is that like it did, like, not what's weird, but like it did land with like my brother and my wife and, you know, his wife and stuff like that. And so like, it's a good game it was a good game for normies in my experience. You know what I mean? So, and that's what I want. I want a gateway game. I want to like like the first taste is free. Like, that's what I'm looking for, you know, something that's easy. You don't have to sell it. You don't have to explain it too much. You know, it does itself, you know. All I have to do is paint them and have some people over, you know. Maybe a little whiskey, a little beer, you know, but I'm happy to provide that, you know.
Yeah. Bit of a $10 buy-in, you know.
Exactly.
50-50.
Yeah, competitive Warhammer Quest. Like, no one, you're supposed to be like cooperative and help each other out, and everyone's just out for their own, you know, skin. I mean, that can be fun too. That game Nemesis though, that I was talking about, it has like this like alien, like, you know, like the original Alien, like you don't kind of know who's, you know, like who's part of the company and whatnot. It has an element of that where like you could have like people that are like betrayers, and they're working for the company. And it's cooperative, but it's also like you can have that element of distrust. It's pretty cool. It's just too complicated to play.
If you're looking for a simpler game that kind of emulates that really well, that like social engineering side of things, they made a game about the Thing.
Cool.
That is like incredible. It's a little bit hard to find, and I think they have done like maybe a couple prints of it. But
all of those games are like that.
Yeah. But I remember one of the mechanics is like if you have the flamethrower, you can like pick someone and it's like, okay, you go into the next room, and they have to tell you like,
oh shoot,
like whether they're like
the Thing,
you know, the Thing essentially like that, and then you have to come back and try and convince people, and then because anyone could be the Thing, you could have the flamethrower and be the Thing and like tell people that this guy is so it's just like,
that's cool.
It's a lot of fun.
There's also a game called Resistance, or The Resistance, and it's just cards, and you all just close your eyes, and it's a game you need at least 5 people to play it, which is the only downside. And then there's another game called Battlestar Galactica. It's like Battlestar Galactica, the board game, and that's where a lot of them are taking that mechanic. It got started in Battlestar like 15, 20 years ago, But it's all these board games are hard to find except for maybe Resistance. I think that you can find pretty easy. I'm not sure, maybe it's a newer version of it, but that's really fun. But it can turn into arguments. It can, but it's fun though. It depends, but yeah. I didn't play the 2XKO beta, Sean. Thanks for asking. I like my fighting games to have motion controls, like to do fireballs and that kind of thing. But I've been hearing good things, and I'm hoping that it really takes off. And I also didn't play Tokon, the Marvel fighting game made by what's it called? Like arguably the second most famous, Arxis. They make the they're the producer for all the Persona games and a bunch of other stuff too. But Arxis. I'm glad. I will play it. I'll probably have to wait though. Actually, speaking of indie games though, I guess that's not really an indie game, but because it's made by Riot. 2XKO is a fighting game made by Riot in their universe, so it's like probably the most polar
sure they
opposite
produced it
thing.
Independently. Yeah,
but like it's about as far away from it as it gets. But there is a game coming out called Absolem. I think it's on Thursday, and it's made by the same people who made like Shredder's Revenge and Streets of Rage 4. And it's like a beat 'em up game, but it's like roguelite or something like that. So yeah, I'm excited for it. I don't know if I'm going to have time to play it, but I am excited for it. So yeah. Okay. I think Radikar is the only model still in AOS from Curse City. If you don't include the zombies or the skeletons, which just can be used, even though you don't have enough zombies, you might be right. Is that right? Did all of those guys get booted?
I think Torgilius, wasn't he legended? He was from Curse City.
I think you might be right.
But yeah, Radikar. Yeah.
Radikar. But you can use Chattakar though, right? Oh, you can still use Radikar too. That's right.
Yeah, you can use both.
Yeah. Which is weird. Like they should just say everything in Curse City is gone. And because Chattakar is like what he became, so By the way, that's a crazy old meme that we're still referencing with no context. I'm not going to explain it, by the way. I just wanted to note that. Yeah. Okay, we talked about Warhammer Quest enough. I'm sorry if I missed anything. Yeah, they made Dragon Ball Fighters. Exactly. I hope Tacon plays better than it looks. Yeah, exactly. I'm not sure. But yeah. So I'm sorry if I missed anything. There's a lot of great comments. I'll try and keep an eye on it, but we do have to keep moving because there's like a decent amount to talk about. So they announced the Christmas boxes for AOS, and we were hotly debating it in the Discord. Now that's too bright by far. 4 for AOS, right? Sorry, I hope that's not making anyone dizzy. First of all, were there any that caught your eye at all, Mr. Carson?
No, I don't think any of these armies are armies that I'm looking to get into right now.
So you're breathing a sigh of relief. You're just like, oh,
yeah.
Thank goodness.
I was kind of hoping they'd do it. If they did a Night Haunt one, I would have bought it.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Man. Dang it.
Like, I'm going to be taking Night Haunt to Kippers next week.
Shoot. Oh, that's awesome. Well, because like Night Haunt 2 is like an army that you could crank out so quick. Especially if you have an airbrush, you're just like, okay, like it's time. Yep. My son basically painted all of his Night Haunt stuff with just contrast, like very simple contrast. That's sick. I do want to hear more about that. So let's go through them though. Okay. I'll talk about, I did see, Honest Wargamers sort of take on it. And I'll just start in the order that they present them. I was right on the Skaven, Mr. Rob. Thank you for noting that, Beefy. I appreciate that. It's just like, I mean, it wasn't like a wild guess out of the dark. I just noticed that like every time we have a major release, like AOS 3, AOS 2, AOS 1. Oh, no, we didn't have Christmas boxes that I remember. Anyway, so the next year, we tend to get a box set for said armies. So we got it for Cruel Boys, we got it for Nighthawk. We usually get it for Stormcast. That was actually the surprise. So that went against what I predicted. And someone else predicted Stormcast as well in the Discord. And they also predicted... Well, anyway, we'll keep going. So this is what comes in the Skaven Christmas box coming. You get an Arch Warlock, which has never been bundled before. You get the new Storm Vermin, two boxes of them, never been bundled before. You get the Globadiers, never been bundled before. You get the Warp Spark weapon battery to be built in 3 different ways, never been bundled before. So that's all the stuff you've never been bundled before, right? You probably only really want 1, maybe 2 boxes of Globadiers total, right? And the Warp Spark weapon battery is always like a good buy because you can build it in 3 different ways. So, the likelihood that you don't need any of those forever is very low. But there are 2 not so great things. So the Jezzail are popular right now, and they're considered like pretty good because they keep coming down in price. So they're good for like scouts and whatever, and they can get like a sniper thing going on, and their infantry and all this other jazz, right? So they're pretty good. So I can see people wanting that, even though they were in Scaventide. So those of us that have 3 copies of Scaventide, though, we probably don't want those, right? The biggest like doo-doo piece in this whole thing, though, is obviously the Warp Spark. What's it called again? Warp Blaster?
Warp Blaster?
Yeah, Rattling Warp Blaster, I think it's called. That thing was not only in Skaven, in Scaventide, the box set, but it's also doo-doo poo-poo. And it was doo-doo poo-poo from the beginning. Poo-poo. Yeah, big doo-doo poo-poo. Yeah. Like loose, grimy, kind of oily.
Yeah, yucky, big doo-doo poo-poo. Easy.
Exactly. I couldn't have said it more intelligently myself. And like, it was bad when like shooting was good. And like shooting is at the worst it's ever been in Age of Sigmar, for sure. And like they didn't even change the rules. So it's like, you know what I mean? It's like if they had like a rule where you could ignore like the obscuring rule, you know what I mean? Or something like that. Maybe I might take one, but like I would probably still only take one at the most. So yeah, it's big. It's like as bad. So, but like, I don't know. Like, Honest Rob was saying he thinks that this is the second best of the box sets. I'm not sure that I think it's the second best, but it's definitely, it's not wild. But, like, if I hadn't bought 3 copies of Scaventide, right? If I hadn't bought all of these units multiple times, except for the Arch Warlock, like, boxed out separately, I probably would pick up this box set because I do want, like I want to have 40 Storm Vermin. I currently have 30 of the new one. You know what I mean? Like I could use another Globadiers. I could use another Warp Spark weapon battery. I don't really need another Arch Warlock. It's probably not something I ever want 2 of. You know what I mean? But I don't need 12 Jezzail, and I sure as crap don't need a 4th Warp Blaster.
Yeah, I think this would be so. Let's say like you're getting into Skaven. I think this wouldn't be a horrible thing to buy after buying a Scaventide box.
Perfectly said.
Because
absolutely perfect. Yeah.
Because it gives you access to like all of the like basic things that you would probably want. Like now you have a pack of Rat Ogres. You've got your Clan Rats. Yeah. You've got a Grey Seer. You've got a couple Jezzails.
Yeah.
You have a Doo-Doo Poo-Poo.
You got 2 doo-doo poo-poos, but those things won't last forever. Like I've got 3 of them, right? But like even if I only had 1 of them, I'd be like, sure, maybe I'll paint it and give it away. By the way, if you do want to paint it, if you just want to paint it for fun, highly recommend not putting the platform bit on. because it just like you can literally just it's like the easiest thing to subassembly ever. You know? But I agree exactly what Damien said. As a like I'm starting out this army, it's I think it's quite good. I think it's pretty darn good. Like you definitely want an Arch Warlock at some point. You definitely want, you know, there's stuff in there like you probably want Globadiers. Like I just bought a box of Globadiers because of like scouting and like they're a cheap unit. Maybe not as cheap as they should be, but they are cheap anyway. So yeah. And there's no saving if you discount the Scaventide stuff. Like, but basically, like assuming that this is a good deal, like you're getting a decent chunk off of it, you know, for the discount, then I think it's worth it. We don't know yet, Damien, how much they're going to be. I think
there's a little bit of a bias too, where like a lot of people are kind of underrating Storm Vermin right now, and they're kind of they're lowering and lowering and lowering. Like they're going to be.
It's another race to the bottom.
Yeah, and I think that eventually they're going to be present in lists that are good, and I've seen a couple people start picking them up, and like really good players starting to play them. Like just testing it. And it's at that point where it's almost there. I think.
I agree. And
I think just for pure variance, like a Scaventide box and this would get you like a lot of really good options. So
and we like even if you're looking at it from a purely like I think we were mostly talking from a competitive standpoint just now. But we got to remember, most people, like, I buy stuff for the models. You know what I mean? Like, you know, so, like, when I was never intending to run Storm Vermin in, like, a competitive list when I bought them because the models are cool as shit. So, anyway, we'll keep, you know, we'll keep going, okay? So that's Skaven. The next one, I think, is definitely the best. Unless you have Vordry already, and then you definitely don't need this. You know what I mean? Yeah. But like, I can see someone buying 2 of these, though, and then selling off the Vordry at, like, a discount. And then that way they've got 4 units of Blood Knights, and they've got Vordry, and then they're on their way to, like, the Army of Renown. Because... So I might order this box. I've kind of tentatively put in a pre-order because I don't have Vordry, and I think he's arguably the coolest model they've ever made. He's not my favorite, but I think he is arguably the coolest model they've ever made, full stop. Like 40K, AOS, everything. That model is cool as shit. And there's like a case for using him as well. Like, you know what I mean? Like competitively. And I definitely want to own him at some point. I definitely want to paint him at some point. So yeah, I'm definitely thinking about this. It'll depend on the price though. You know what I mean? Cause it's like, do I want more Blood Knights? Yes, I do. You know, do I need more Blood Knights? No, I sure don't. You know what I mean? So it'll be dependent on price, you know. Too bad Felbats can't be run in the Army of Renown. Absolutely true that. Times 1,000, but the Felbats are also like, if you buy just the Felbats, they're single build only. There's no variance in that kit whatsoever, and at like 65 or 70 bucks Canadian or whatever they charge, like it's really hard to justify just buying a box of them and not getting them here. And you know, like I prefer to run not the Army of Renown, but I hear you, you know. So like if I in an ideal world, they don't include the Felbats, and they fully just discount whatever Felbats cost from this box set. But I think like when you buy a Christmas box set, you're looking for a certain amount of models. Like they're looking for a certain feel to it, and like Vordry costs like over $200 just by himself. So like they probably had to feel like they had to pad it out a bit, you know, with something cheaper. Yeah.
There is. If you don't own Vordry, like there's no fat in this box.
There's no fat. Like arguably the Felbats, but I would say they're gristle, not fat. Because you want them.
Yeah, exactly. You want it's kind of like they're adding like the little goober unit that you might have just enough points for in your list.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
So
exactly.
And that you don't really want to go buy. So yeah, it's exactly what you said. Yeah.
Yeah. I would, you know what I would love to, like in the future of Armies of Renown, if they said like if they made a rule, because like there's, like, because in AOS we don't have like the more granular list building where you can add 1 or 2 guys to a unit. What if in the future, like this just came to me right now, they said, if like you can include, like in an army of renown, like you can only include these units, right? But you can include one of Fellbats, skeletons, like super cheap unit, like 100 points, around 100 points or under. And then that way it's just like, cause like, like the whole Bloodthirster problem before or whatever. People are running like 300 points down. You know what I mean? Like if they just had that one little rule in there, you know what I mean? You'd just be like, oh man, like I could just have just one goober unit, I don't know. That would be cool.
Yeah.
But they're probably not going to do it
nice.
though. Yeah.
No,
Never in a million years. Anyway, I think this is definitely my favorite of the, as much as it saddens me, I think this is definitely my favorite of the boxes, but we'll see when people see the other ones. The next one is Gloomspite Gets. This is kind of another thing that's sort of similar because I don't have Trug, right? But I do have 12 Rockgut Troggoths, and I don't think I really want any more. Like you could make the argument for 18. Like I know that's been an ever-present sort of thing that happens, and you get the kit that you can build as a Trog boss or the just the monster guy, Denkhold Troggoth, I think it's called. The fat in this one is definitely these ancient swamp Fellwaters. Yeah, exactly. So, but if you don't have Trug,
Yeah, if you don't have Trug and you don't have does the Dankhold Trog boss, can he be built as a Dankhold Trogoth as well? Okay.
Yeah.
That's not bad. Yeah.
I have a Trog boss, I have a Dankhold Trogoth. I wouldn't mind another Trogoth.
Yeah. I think this is a good box. It's not as good as the Soulblight one, but it's still solid. It's a good box.
Right? You get Trug. Like I want Trug. If anyone's buying this for the Trogoths, by the way, and they already have Trug and they want to sell him on the cheap, let me know. Especially if you're in this area. Canada Post is once again down for the count. So thanks to the 2 people that have ordered, even though I have to send through chit chats. But anyway, so I like this box too, though. I totally agree. I think the worst one by a country mile, unfortunately, is the Sylvaneth one. Because, okay, first of all, how many boxes of Dryads are in here? Is that 16? Is that just like the one box? I think it is, right? But, no one needs Dryads. No one's needed Dryads for, 26 or 27 years. And
I'm going to give a controversial opinion about this box.
Okay, but let me finish first.
Okay, go ahead.
I do hear what you're saying. I
haven't said anything yet.
You're gonna say that, I think you're gonna say that this is a box for people who are starting the army, and so you want a Tree Lord. You probably want one thing of Dryads, and it has 3 things that you can build as Spite Revenants, which are really good right now, or Tree Revenants, which have always been good and are still good, and it's got Drycha, who's a named character, and so as a starter set, it's really good. But the issue, though, is that the Start Collecting set, and by the way, Honest Rob did mention this as well, it comes with a Tree Man, and a Tree Man's come in every single box set ever, including the old Start Collecting set. It's just everywhere, right? And then it also comes with Dryads, which have been everywhere forever, throughout all time. I think a much better box set, I can't remember if Honest Rob said this, but I was thinking it because I am a big fan of Sylvaneth. I would have loved to have seen, Belthanos in here. Because Drycha's been around since AOS 1. She's, literally been around for 9 or 10 years now. So I would have loved to have seen, Belthanos or Lady of Vines, or you know what I mean, or the Bug Riders, some stuff that we haven't seen over and over again. The youngest kid in here is Drycha and the Tree Revenants, and they're 8 or 9 years old. I think they're actually 9 years old. So that's my argument. Okay, now your counter argument
Yes. So, I'm going to argue specifically right now.
Okay.
Every
like
single kit in this box is viable in a competitive list.
Ooh, go on.
Every single kit. I don't think you need that many Spite Revenants / Tree Revenants. I know. Wait, actually,
but
no,
you can dual build them. There's a dual
if I'm not mistaken, the Spite Revenants have like Crypt Mortal and stuff now.
They do.
If I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
And a block of 10 of them. Actually, yeah, every single you could. This is the start to a very good Sylvaneth list, actually.
Okay.
Right now, because you have Scourge of Garan, Drycha, who's incredible.
Okay. Yes, that's true.
Spirit of Durthu, who's in basically every list.
Yep.
You can make a 10-pack of Spite Revenants, which I literally saw one at GT this past weekend. And then it's always nice to have Tree Revenants as just like teleporting goobers, essentially. And the Dryads are not bad. -1 to hit and wound, like they're cheap. It's just chaff. It's decent. Like I saw them. Actually, I think everything in this except Durthu was in the list that won the GT that I was TOing this last weekend. So it's like if you're not in the context of all the other boxes that have existed for Sylvaneth and the Spearhead, sure, there's a lot of redundancy, but it's good right now.
It's good right now, and to go against my own argument and say what I already said again. It is intended for people who are new to the army. That's why it has a named character in it. So, yeah. Like, as a box set, like, you're never going to want 2 of these things, but you might want 1 if you're starting the army out. I like it. I'm going to immediately buy one, even though I have Drycha sitting, like, 15 feet in the Skaven dimension, you know?
Perfect.
I've been convinced.
Yeah. Every single one of these, I would say, like, if a new player is looking to get into the army, I would give the thumbs up for them buying this.
I agree. And like Qual was saying, like, I think every single Sylvaneth player who doesn't already have a mountain of, or I can't think of a single Sylvaneth player who doesn't already have a mountain of Tree Lords. I was literally giving away Tree Lords. Like, I gave 2 to Andy. I think I gave 1 or 2 to Natasha. I've given, like, and I mean new on sprue or built and painted, like, yeah, anyway. It's true, but again, context, of new stuff for new buyers.
How would you rate the 4 boxes then?
Oh, like in terms of like first, second, third, fourth.
Yep.
It's honestly not going to change anything. Like, I like your argument, and I don't disagree with you. For me, easily first is Soulblight. Again, it is in the context of a new player. Like, if you already bought Vordry, then you're not going to buy this again. That'd be crazy, unless you're just like want to paint him again. Actually, no. You know what? You can also build that kit as just a Draconith. So, what do I know? Anyway, this is easily number 1, no matter which way you're taking it. Number 2, if I'm new to the army, definitely Skaven, and that's not just my bias. Otherwise, I would have put it first. And then number 3, I think is because, like, if you're new, right, you want at least 6 Trogs, right? The only thing that you don't want 2 of is Trug in here. And again, we're talking in the context of new. And Trug's a brand new model. Like, he's the newest one in here. The only thing that I don't love in here is the Fellwaters. But like, there was a time when Fellwaters were considered OP. Right? And like that didn't turn out to be the case in the end once people started running the actual math in like 3rd edition, Gloomspite Gits. But there was a time where people were like, this is broken, And then for me, 4th is definitely Sylvaneth. What about you?
I agree that Soulblight is first.
First, okay.
I think that this is kind of tough, actually. I think that I think it's Soulblight and then probably Gits.
Okay, yeah.
And then I think Sylvaneth is still last. And then Skaven. But I think that it's a high floor.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
Like I don't think any of these are bad boxes.
No.
So yeah, I think it's Soulblight, Gits, Skaven, Sylvaneth. So it's just swapped what you did with Gits and Skaven.
That's fair. Yeah, that's interesting. Like I'm kind of glad because like Honest Wargamer, I think was like, I think he had the same list I did. I was listening into the background while I was doing something else. So apologies if any of this is completely wrong. But you know, but like, I want to hear, like, I want them all to sell out. You know what I mean? I want them because like, here's where I'm kind of sort of going with this. We won't talk about the 40K ones, right? But you've got, whatever, Emperor's Children, I think they're called, with the new, snake monster guy, Primarch guy. You've got Votan. You've got Crusher Stampede for Tyranids. You've got Tau. So we're at 4. And then you've got Space Marines for 5 and Chaos Space Marines for 6. And what do you call it? The Krieg Siege Platoon? Astra Militarum. That's what it is. For 7. So they're getting 7. They're getting 7 boxes and we're only getting 4. So like, do your local stores, and you know, the AOS community at large a favor and don't poop on these boxes needlessly. If you really think that they're that bad, you know, like don't mislead people, but let's not be like certain other communities which will remain nameless 40 something and be like, you know what I mean? Like anyway, actually I won't even go into it. I'll stop there, but you know, like, let's keep this community the way we want it to be. Okay. So we've talked about all that. Oh, you heading out, Beefy? I didn't. Got a jet. Good night. Good night, Beefy. Hope you have a good night, man.
Bye.
Even the Gits box, Rock Guts came in, the Spearhead, etc. I personally think that they just chose mostly the wrong factions. Yeah, I don't disagree. I like the Soulblight one. Like, it's so good that I think, like, I think that's the perfect choice. I think that Skaven is an obvious choice because, you know, it came out last year, and so, you know, like, I think it's a good time to do that.
Yeah.
What are the factions? That is a good question. What would be better factions? Like, honestly, I did think we were going to get Gits. Like, I called Gits, but none of the units that I called were in there. I called like all the new stuff, like the Sun, Stila, Wheela, and like the Wolves. And like, they're not that great right now. So like, it's such a great time for them to do that. I am disappointed.
Yeah. The Sun, Stila, Wheelas are incredible right now.
No, they are. But I mean, like, like I meant like the Wolves. There's like a lot of stuff that people were kind of pooping on. Like, and to be honest, I'm not fully aware of how good or bad Gits are right now. I have the book, but to be honest, I was thinking about selling my Gits because financial reasons and whatnot, and because Kenrick plays them on the channel. But I really love Squigs. I love Squigs so much. And then it's like, okay, well, and I love spiders and I love trolls. You know what I mean? So there's enough there where it's just like, no, like, I really don't want to sell them. I really like what you know, my paint job and that kind of thing. So I've started thinking about playing them again recently. So I started building lists, but I didn't unlock the thing yet. I haven't unlocked it in the app, so I haven't been able to look at stuff. But yeah, I've been getting a bit of an itch for Gits again lately. So yeah, I'm kind of glad that they didn't do that stuff in the box because I probably would have bought it. Like if they had a Sun, Stila, Wheela, and like some of the wolf guys that came in the box set from before, and man, if they had like a Doom Diver, I would have been in trouble, you know. But I held off on Vordry, you know, specifically because of money reasons, you know, and I'm not going to get to it anytime soon. So they kind of got me there. So imagine if they had 2 of those type of boxes, right?
Yeah, that'd be rough.
Yeah, it'd be rough. Yeah.
Yeah. I think with these boxes, I kind of wish they stuck to books that were already released, just because there's always going to be that like itching thought that, yeah, I think I saw Beefy say it in the chat earlier. It's like the Dryad sculpts might just be replaced. Right. Like they might redo them when the book
They
comes out.
probably will.
Yeah,
Like,
and
they
so
come in 16s. Like, it's so dumb.
it's 20 in this. There, I think it's 20 now. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. Did they? How did?
I don't know. I have no idea. But still, like it's
okay.
Yeah, it's
It begs the question why they were in 16s for so long if they just had that option, though.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know how they made it work, but I guess they did. But yeah, I wish they didn't do a Sylvaneth one, even though I think that this is like fine getting into, because we're getting to the point in the edition now where it's like it is what a maximum, like come this winter,
Right.
you have a maximum of like a year and a half in the edition, which means your book is like likely to be less than a year and a half away, and anything could change, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So I kind of wish they just like picked a book that was already released.
Although, like, counterpoint, if you don't mind, when we go to 5th edition, because 4th edition was an index edition, it's unlikely that it'll be another index edition, so the battle tomes should carry over.
No, I know. I'm not saying they won't. I'm saying that because battle tomes have yet to be released, that's when like a model refresh could happen.
Oh, I see. Oh, gotcha. Yeah. That's absolutely true. Yeah, I agree with that from the beginning. I totally agree with that. Yeah. No, that's true. I kind of hope that they do get a bit of a refresh as well. Although, like, I'm not sure what you can do with dryads that will make them better. To be honest, like they're a little bit of a, they're kind of intended to be a goober unit. So, but they might want to take them into the old world. So that might just be the cause of it anyway, right? But no, I do agree with the sentiment though, because it's like, like all the other 3 boxes are with battle tomes that are already out, But actually, one quick thing before we go to the tournament too. I watched Warhammer Weekly last week, and they were talking about models and like which factions. It was with Haywo, by the way, and I don't know anyone who doesn't really enjoy Haywo and his sort of demeanor and whatnot. And so they were talking about ogres, and like they were talking about like they had 3 categories and they weren't allowed to overlap them. One was like needs a refresh, needs like, some additional models, and then just leave it as it is, right? And I agree. I almost completely agree with them. But then they also did like a thing about rules, and I'd be curious to what the chat thinks. I'd be curious to what the comments think and what you think. But they were like, when they're talking about the rules, they were like putting aside the fact that AOS 4 is like the flavorless edition. You know what I mean? Where like they've really kind of simplified and cut down on the amount of things that we have and rules that we have. Putting aside the fact that everything needs more, here's what we think. And they went through the video and they went through every faction, right? But what do you think about that statement? Because before you answer, I'm going to be honest, that hit me where I live. Because I was just like I always kind of thought that from the beginning of the edition, but like it didn't really fully catalyze in my brain until FEC got our book, their book, and it's a similar amount. Like the amount of things that you get is the same, but there's a little bit more flavor, a little bit more theme to it. And it just kind of made me remember AOS 2 and AOS 3, where we had so much more. And a lot of it was useless, granted, but okay, like, but you know what I mean? It's like what we're getting, what it feels like we're getting in AOS 4 is addition by subtraction. Whereas, you know what I mean? Like, that's not really what I was looking for.
Yeah, I think there's a couple things. So, like, number one, I think you have to think about 4th edition and what it is from GW's perspective, because they did like an actual overhaul of the rules.
Yep. Huge one.
They standardized an ability system.
Yep.
They like really standardized like coherency and stuff like that. like terrain rules and whatnot.
They got rid of combat ranges.
Yeah, combat ranges are like there's a whole bunch of like huge changes.
Yep.
And on top of that, all the books got reset.
Yep.
The index.
Totally agree.
And because of that, you can't introduce these like really flavorful, really wild, wacky things because it's just going to be insane. And it's going to take them it's going to bog them down way too much in order to balance all of that immediately, right? Like translating into the new rule system and doing all that stuff. So my argument is, of course, it's going to be addition by subtraction at the start. Of course, it's going to be like super simple. And the first couple books that we got were just like essentially rewrites of the index, which sucks.
Not even rewrites. They were the index.
Oh, sorry, like copying over the index.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
And that sucks. But 5th edition is going to be crazy.
Hopefully.
And it sucks to think like so far in the long term.
I mean, it's not that far ahead.
Once everyone has a book,
yeah,
and then they can really get crazy with like, okay, we've established our like standardized ability system. Everybody has like a certain set of rules kind of thing.
Right.
Now let's see where we can go with this kind of thing. Let's see what flavor we can add.
Fair.
And we're starting to see that a little bit with some of these books, like with Feck, like you're saying. And my personal thoughts are with Night Haunt as well.
Right.
I really like what they did there.
I'm really glad that you do, by the way, that you're
saying. Yeah, and some people thematically really like what they did with Khorne too, right? Like it's still, and so like you can see that they're moving in the right direction, but the unfortunate thing is that in order to get to that point, it's going to be a really boring, slow process. Yeah. It's not going to be a boring. I think by the end of the edition, we're going to start to see like more regularly the crazy cool stuff.
I hope so. That is my hope. I have a counterpoint to what you said, but then I have a counterpoint to that as well. So my counterpoint to that they can't flip the table, reset the game from the ground up, and do a bunch of flavorful rules is 8th edition 40K. It was a bigger reset for 8th edition 40K, going from 7th to 8th, and they had each army had 32 stratagems and a million different what do they call them, sub-factions and artifacts and warlord traits, and it was flavor out the wazoo. Now the counterpoint to that is a lot of people would probably argue that 8th edition was quite unbalanced, especially when it first came out, and I think that's true. You know what I mean? But I currently have the best memories ever of playing 40K, literally ever, of playing 8th edition. It's still my favorite. My memories of that time. And, and 9th edition was not a big reset, and the Battle Tome rules were way, way more out of balance. That's the most famous one for out of balance rules. Tyranids, Drukhari, Votann. Votann they had to nerf before they even released them. That's pretty wacky, But I hear you. But ultimately, I hope I hope and I think you're right. I think, and the main question though is are we going to go back to 6, 10 relics, etc., and more formations and whatnot? We're not going to if they don't know that we want it, though. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of why I'm saying.
I feel like they're pretty connected with the community.
I agree.
Now,
I agree.
And also, I noticed Bing T in the chat said, I agree with Carson that is the reality. It shouldn't be, though. They have enough resources to release a fully play-tested, fully fleshed out game. I agree that GW as a whole should have the resources and should provide Age of Sigmar with the resources to be able to do that. But it's also important to note that they have 2 designers. 2. I'm pretty sure it's 2 anyway. There's 2 that I know of. And 2 people, I've worked on video games that have wildly less scope than Age of Sigmar as a whole.
Yeah.
And they're 4 factions, that's far too many. We can't do that. We need 3 or less, and that's it. And unfortunately,
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just, unfortunately, when you have such a limited amount of people, it's just got to be slower. I agree though that like GW could throw more bodies at the problem, but also sometimes more bodies isn't a great solution, right?
There's that
Like if
too.
you have like one or two people like truly masterminding something, it might be slow, but they're gonna get there.
Right.
But if you have like decision by committee, it's much harder to actually get a good end result.
I mean, that's a good point. Like if you know, like when was the last time you watched a movie, and we all know what I'm talking about, that was made by a committee and thought, oh, that's the better product. You know, like almost never. You know, whether you like or dislike a director, but then you can kind of go like, well, I like this director, I dislike this director. You know what I mean? And you can kind of base your decision making on whether it'll be good or not ahead of time by that. You know, like I just watched Superman, James Gunn's Superman by James Gunn, and it was really good. It was or not really good, but it was fun. But it wasn't a plastic corporate made thing. Like you can feel, someone could tell you that this was not James Gunn's Superman by James Gunn, and you would know probably by watching it. You know, by the flavor of the movie that maybe it was made by James Gunn. You know what I mean? Like a Joe Dante. You know what I mean? Or a Spielberg. Like you know what I mean? Or a Tarantino. Like you can feel it when you. So like that's, you know what I mean? Like, and then you watch some of these movies that are made by committee. They're made by executives, and they're always bad. They're never good. So I think I think you made a great point. You know, I think you made a great point. So I hope, I mean, my only, like, if we as a community all say, we want more flavor, you know, say it, Frenchie, chowder, like that. You know what I mean? Just give us more flavor, then they'll hear it and they'll do it because they know it'll make them more money, right? So that's actually all. I'm not actually trying to complain about this edition because we're already here. We're halfway through the edition, basically, right? All I want to say is I want more flavor. Let's go, you know, going back to flavor. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but like I said though, it's been slowly getting to that point. Like if you look at
That's true.
what the game was competitively last year, and then this new GHB came out with all of the Scourge of Garan stuff, like they knocked it out of the park with Scourge of Garan.
Oh, for sure. Sorry, Scourge of Garan, unbelievable. And the craziest part was that it was free.
Yeah.
That we didn't have to pay like $150 per faction to get access to those rules. Like that's what I don't understand. You know? Yeah. So
yeah, exactly.
I agree.
So yeah, there's little sprinkles of things that you'll notice, you know, if you really look, but it's just like, it just takes time, right?
No, it does. It does. Again, I'm not complaining about what we currently have. I'm just saying I want more flavor. You know, Scourge of Garan, double it. Give me more. I want more. You know, put some nitrous in the gas tank.
I think.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never seen a Fast and Furious movie in my life. You know, I hear I'm missing out, but it's just, you know, I'm not really into cars anyway. So yeah. Anyway, that was like way more discussion than I thought we were going to get out of Christmas boxes. No. So that was fun. I'm glad. I enjoyed that. Yeah. Build on it with fifth. Yeah, absolutely. Like we just kind of want them to kind of go better. And like they do have to inject rules and change things up for the sake of change eventually. Like that's actually something that they do need to do, unfortunately. But the idea is hopefully they're kind of constantly iterating and getting better and better. And I think for the most part that's probably true. By the way, the Tyrannid box is really bad for 40K. Like it's Leviathan with the Tyrant and the Screamer Killer. And the Tyrant is good, but the Screamer Killer is like not great. And then it's like super old kits. They've got so many new kits. Like they had a box set, I think it was last year for Tyrannids, and it had the new the other guy, the best new kit that they got in the last like 30 years was in that box. So anyway, disappointed in the Tyranid one, but that's fine. I'm glad that they didn't give me something that I wanted to buy. So thank you, GW. Should we talk about Bread or Dead?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Big old recap.
So I've got the first picture up, and I'm going to be putting them going in the order that you sent them. Okay.
Okay.
So
Pull up.
this is the prize pool with the paddles, the spanking paddles, I think they are.
Yep.
And
yes.
Yeah.
So this was an interesting tournament. So I'm just gonna resize this here.
This was an interesting tournament. He says.
Well, this was an interesting basically like we originally were intending to have like 50, 60 players, but unfortunately we lost access to the venue, but Richmond Reroll swooped in at the very last minute and were able to provide us with the space. But we had to cut it down to 32 people. And what that meant was we had a prize pool and a trophy pool for like 60 people, but half the players were getting it. So the cool thing was every single person that showed up to that event walked away with something in their hands.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So you see this giant stack of Warhammer. You see those look like coasters, but they're like the best in Grand Alliances and Comeback Kid and Atlas Award and stuff. And then the paddles are basically like these little like breadboards that say Bread or Dead, like Champion of the North or Warlord of the North, depending on what you get.
But you can use them for spanking.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yep. They I say they're for bread, but they're really for cake.
Love it.
And then the the prize pool was very kindly sponsored by Richmond Reroll for all the actual box prizes. They give us like a really awesome rate on a bulk buy.
For like all this stuff we're seeing on the left here.
Yeah.
What? Really?
They didn't like give it to it. They just gave like a big discount for us to be able to get that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like that's amazing. Yeah. That's so nice. Wow.
Yeah. Super kind. And then Fenris Workshop sent us those little like gaming kits, which have like dice and a dice roller. There were little gift cards. There was like mugs.
Nice.
Yeah. So
awesome. Super kind,
super awesome. And then there's that. You see that little trophy right there between the two stacks of boards?
I was going to point it out. I didn't want to,
That's our $17,000.
17,000.
Yeah, US dollar.
Yeah.
That
doesn't include printing. The printing.
Nope.
Yeah.
No, it's another $16 million.
Yeah, 60. Jeez.
Yeah.
Spared no expense.
Nope.
We're the John Hammond of gaming naming trophies for sure.
Yep. Yeah. Gaming and the naming. That's what we do.
That's what we do.
Yep. And then you can kind of see in the background there. Actually, we can just go to the next. Okay. Yeah, next image.
What are before we move on? What are these boxes that are at the bottom here? Are these Vanguard boxes?
Yeah, there's a KO Vanguard. There was a Idneth Vanguard. There was a KO Gun Hauler. There was the new Corn box, the Spearhead. And then
shoot!
There's only one non-AOS thing. Is I got
the Old World
Ming
Ying. Miao Ying.
Miao Ying. That's it. Yeah. The big dragon lady for Cathay. Because I'm like, I feel like anyone has a conversion idea for that. Like she's incredible.
I kind of want her now.
Yeah.
I don't have an idea. What's that?
I said I forget who got her.
Yeah, I want to know. I'm pretty jealous. Oh shoot. Yeah,
because I think that I can't remember who that person was. They were like looking around at like all the different options.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, you got to take the train.
Yeah. Are you crazy? Yeah. Like that's what I would pick unless I didn't have the Idneth Endless or Incarnate. Or at least of what I can see here easily, What a
Natasha.
Natasha.
Yeah.
Oh man. That's a good person for it to go to because Natasha is really into conversions and and if she needs a home for it, Natasha, I'm right here.
Yeah, just in case you don't want it anymore.
Just in case you're like gonna throw it in the garbage for some reason. Yeah. I'm right here. I don't think seriously though, I don't know how big it is, but like you could make it into like the Idneth Endless spell. Like there's so many different cool things you could do. So anyway. Okay.
Yeah.
And sorry, next picture.
Next picture is it's basically just like the baked goods that people brought. A bunch of them are still wrapped up. You can see in that like brown paper bag in the top right. That was the loaf that Alex baked, and then there's that strike
sick.
bag, which had Danny's loaf down from Seattle or up from
sick.
Seattle. He made this like really good like I think it was like a big like sourdough like round loaf that had like some like sesame seeds on top and bacon inside. Like it
God
was.
dang it! Oh, I love a good sourdough.
Yeah, and that one won best bread.
Oh, did it? Oh,
Yeah.
I'm
And
so
then
jealous.
you'll see that kind of like container with the bread that looks like marbled a little bit, and that was like a marbled rye bread that Sam Meng did in our club.
Oh, in the pan?
No, on the left.
On the left.
The container, like the.
Oh, it didn't look marbled to me, but I see it now. I see it. Okay.
Yeah.
It's like an optical illusion. I was looking at the wrong thing. I see.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that one won like the
Wow.
most innovative bread, like the little medallion that we had.
Yeah.
Just because it was like marbled blue and stuff like that on the inside, and it had like pistachios and fig and stuff like that. It was really good. And then the winner of favorite bread was like the little cinnamon
On
like
the right
monkey
here?
bread thing in the pan. Yeah.
Wow.
And that was from Bryce.
What's the thing in the Tupperware? Is that like pigs in a blanket or something?
Yeah, those are like wiener buns. Those were good.
That's almost cheating, man. Like that's
Yeah.
close. Like that might get me. I might be like, I know they're basically cheating, but
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people had questions about like what specifically they could bring and stuff like
Oh, I
that. Like
see.
even Danny was just like, I will provide my own like herbal butter for you to spread on my thing. I'm just like, cool. Sounds great.
so like what were the rules? Like I don't think I ever heard. Like it just
Not
has
really
to have
any-
bread in it at some point.
Exactly. Yeah.
And it
it's
doesn't
like,
even have to be like wheat bread. It could be like whatever.
Yeah. There's one person that made like vegan Lebanese flatbread.
Yeah.
There was.
Spelt or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's that
Yeah,
other
it was-
Egyptian grain? I forget what it's called. That doesn't matter, but yeah. Like some kind
I'm
of
not
ancient grain that's like super.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and you can see like a half-eaten piece of cornbread at the very front, which is what I baked.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Any,
it was
any
good.
banana bread?
No, surprisingly, no.
I was surprised. Yeah.
Yeah.
My
Also,
grandmother
hello,
used to
Disciples
make
of
them.
Dice. Justin in the chat. Good to see you.
Oh, hey. Yeah.
Go
Look
check
what
him
the
out.
mustache dragged in.
I think you recently released another episode, so
Awesome. Perfect. Okay. The chat's making me hungry as well.
yeah.
This is brutal. I haven't eaten anything today, by the way. So this is like torture. 'Cause I love
Good.
bread. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to move us on to the next one. Lovely
Yep, so that's just a
picture,
picture
of
of the tournament ongoing.
Yeah.
That's the inside of Richmond reroll. If you've never seen it before,
I don't think I have.
Plenty of stuff going on. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Fair
It's
enough.
just like I bought stuff from Richmond Reroll, but I don't go to the store.
Yeah, you get your peasants to bring it to you.
Yeah. Well, I was trying to shop through Richmond Reroll because they do so much for the community, and I love Arthur, and he also sponsors the channel. And so even though it's further for me to go pick it up where I pick it from than where I was going before, it was to show my gratitude. So thanks for, doing this, for saying like that. Glass half empty. No, but seriously, like, amazing store, big store. And by the way, like, I know you've said this before, Carson, but I want to like reiterate it. Arthur plays AOS. He's an AOS guy. So, like, it's not like, and this isn't this isn't shade at anyone. It's not like sometimes like, like there's like you'll order from a store and they don't know what they're talking about, and so you'll get the wrong thing. You know what I mean? Or whatever. Like they know, So yeah. And so he plays the game. So you can even ask him for advice or something like that on like what you should buy and that kind of thing. Really genuinely nice guy. And I'm really glad that the store is so popular. So yeah.
Yeah.
I
me
see
too.
I see Natasha here. Is that Roman on the right?
Nope, that's Adam P from
Okay, I was gonna say,
south of the border.
but Roman played in the tournament.
Yes, he did. I don't know where he is in this tournament. There's
That-
Dale like
there's
front
Dale.
and center. We can see
Yeah,
that.
he's got the leg up, just daring you to, check him out.
Yeah. I don't know where Roman is in this picture.
It's so small, like I don't recognize anyone, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, Roman might be in the Grace hoodie. He's looking down there. Oh, I think I see Alex. Anyway, this isn't Where's Waldo.
Yeah.
Does it bring me more Warhammer? Rob, probably. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds like me. Next up is like an unbelievably cool what do you call it? Display board? Yeah.
Yeah, this is Dale's. This is
Oh,
like
wow.
What is it called again? It's it's like the Red Rocket truck stop or something.
Oh, okay. It's like a landmark in the States.
Yeah, in Fallout.
Oh, in Fallout. Oh, shoot. Yeah. Oh, sick.
Yeah.
I didn't play those games as much as I played like the Elder Scrolls games. So
yeah, I didn't play that Fallout, but
which
it was like a very faithful adaptation of it.
Oh,
and
cool.
It's crazy. Like,
is it in like 3, 4 Vegas? Like which one's
it's 4?
From 4? Sure. Okay. I played 4,
yeah.
but I don't remember that.
Okay, gotcha. I don't know. I haven't played the new ones too much, so I'm not super sure. But either way,
I didn't even know that, and it still looks awesome.
Yeah, it looks fantastic. So
Good
job.
Yeah,
this is Dale's display board. He won Best Painted, just because, on top of this, all of his paint jobs are super good. Nice. Basing's always really high quality. Like I kind of do like the way that I do my paint judging. And normally I bring someone else in, but this time, just because everything was kind of like shifted around last minute, I just did it myself. But the rubric is essentially like you get 2 points for everything being like a uniform paint scheme, like everything looks like it belongs together.
I see.
You get 5 points for like basing quality, like what do your bases look like underneath your model? Essentially, do you use tufts and like little like 3D printed things and whatever? Another 5 points is for conversions, freehand, or display board.
Ooh.
So you can make up those points in any of those 3 categories.
Right.
And obviously,
and you could do all 3.
Yeah, and you can do all 3. And this one is like 5 out of 5 because come on.
Yeah.
And then the last 8 points are just like your overall painting quality. So it's the most amount that it fluctuates based on like, how good are your highlights and your blends and all that other sort of stuff. So yeah.
Cool.
Dale scored the highest. He did extremely well. And yeah, congrats to him for winning Best Painted.
Awesome. That's so cool. Yeah. Qual says that could be an official Red Rocket kit as well. Pretty sure they did it for the Fallout minigame. Oh, crazy.
Oh, cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Me neither.
Minus points for him.
Yeah. Yeah. Too late now. And then next we have another Gets army with some squig dice.
Yep. So this is Sam Meng.
Oh, sick.
His list was insane. It was like 18 rock guts and 60 squigs.
Yeah.
It's just like, I think he held Beasley to a 1-point game.
I thought it was 2 points.
Or 2 points. There's like super narrow.
It was super narrow. Yeah.
Yeah. And it came down to like the last dice rolls, of course, too. Like it was, it was pretty crazy.
It was like 53, 55, I want to say. That's just,
I can't remember.
Yeah.
But
or actually, I think Sam's not here, but yeah. They posted it in the Discord. That's the only reason I know.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, he did super well.
Very cool.
Then next is Alex.
Minus points though for the squig dice. Like Alex bought those things when they first came out back in AOS 2 or whatever, back when they were doing crazy dice, and they're made of bouncy ball material. And he like would drop them and they would just like full on take out models, and they're heavy because they're bouncy ball. Minus points, Sam. Other than that, great work. Super good. And then next is Alex's. Yep. This is the paint scheme that I stole my paint scheme from, obviously.
Yep.
Yep.
He's got the baby blue armor with the pink symbols on it.
Yep.
Looks really nice.
Very good.
Another contender for best overall. He got close, but just barely got beat out, unfortunately.
Or
Then,
fortunately, depending on whether you're Alex
depending
or
on who you are.
the other
Yeah.
people. Yeah.
The next up, we've got Alex Leslie's.
Oh, cool. I was going to ask about this because, like, there's a full on painting in the background here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, that's amazing. And, like, sculpted, what do you call them? Bases for, like, the Ripperdactyls, or it's hard to see.
Yep.
Yeah, I think they're Ripperdactyls because I see pterodons in the background here. But
Yeah. Apologies for my phone camera quality. But
no, I mean, it's kind of a perspective issue because his
Yeah.
basing stuff is sort of blending in with each other. That there's nothing
Right.
wrong with your picture. Yeah,
it's fair.
that's cool.
Yeah. Well done to him. And then we had Nick Close, who had like a really, really nice looking
Amazing.
Cities of Sigmar army.
Wow.
On just like a really clean, nice display board too. Like I really like this one. He won favorite army by player vote.
Oh, really? So wait, he got. No, when you say favorite army, that's like the players voting for which army they thought was the best painted, or is that like how does
So
that?
when I do player vote, I basically I don't restrict it at all. I'm just like, you can vote for someone's army for whatever reason you want. It can be their conversions. It can be like you just like the theme of their list,
Or
like
just
you
like the list itself?
Yep, exactly.
Got it. Got it.
Most people interpret that as like painting, though, usually. So
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. But that it kind of allows for maybe some more creative entries. But like, I mean, like I didn't see it in person, but this looks really good. So I could see this winning best painted as well, you know?
it was up there for sure.
Right? Very cool. Wow. Is that Zenestra on the front?
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah, I
so,
believe so.
that's why you didn't let him win best painted.
No, that's not allowed. I mean, it's Pover, to quote someone from our last show, but
It's Pover.
the Pope over, like, remember?
Oh, right. I forgot. Yeah, that's true. Oh, this is post nerf.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, then that's fine. So
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
but you still minus points out of principle.
I did.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
but I didn't tell him.
No, good.
So thanks for that.
Yeah, well, I don't know. You didn't have to admit it. What kind of
fair.
idiot does that?
You're right. When you're right, you're right.
I mean, I know we don't have a lot of viewers, Carson, but still.
Damn it. But yeah, so those are all the pictures that I took. The event was overall a success. I feel like a lot of people had fun. It's always nice. Like Dale had a really great idea coming up with Cake or Death, just because you always have like a snack to go to after you're done your round.
Right.
And it's just something else to rally around. Like even
Yeah.
Fenrist, when they reached out, they're like, we really love the bread idea. They even sent like some baking powder, which I ended up using because I realized mine was expired.
What? That's cool.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, they were super, super jazzed about that. And I think it's just, I don't know, it's nice. Like, it doesn't have to just be about Warhammer. It can be like another thing. And it's something that sets your tournament apart, right? It's a reason to go to a different tournament.
Absolutely.
So.
I hope you guys do it again next year.
Yep. I hope so too. I know that Cake or Death is going to be looking for a new venue. There's a couple different options, but still got to nail it down.
Fair.
For hopefully Family Day weekend again.
Because
in
you guys
February.
you guys were looking at like, or Dale was for previous Cake or Death was like 60 or more players, right?
Yeah.
It was like around that.
Yeah, easy.
That's a lot.
Sold out like a day.
Yeah,
So-
exactly. So, I know like again, super appreciate Arthur hosting you guys at Richmond Reroll, but like ideally you guys wanted to have your own venue so that it can be even bigger, and we can still, have them be a sponsor and everyone else, whatnot. But yeah, it'd be great to, be able to host a nice, real big tournament like that. So, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. They came up to me afterwards too, and they're like, anytime you guys want to come back, you're more than welcome to have a tournament here. And I was super grateful. But it's a weird thing because it's like the demand for Cake or Death is like far higher than Richmond Reroll can support tables wise, unfortunately. So I'm just like, We got to try and find a bigger venue. Unfortunately, like
that's it. That's all it is, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's, but like, it sounds like a huge success though. So, yeah, hopefully we can.
Yeah, went really well. Congrats to Fred Schmidt for winning with Sylvaneth.
Right.
Despite his list name being, I swear to God, if this does well.
I didn't remember that. Oh,
yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. Was who won the name contest?
Tanner with
That's
Time to Rot Ass and Go Fast.
Yeah. Oh man, was he thrilled with the quality of the trophy?
Yeah, he was able to retire actually.
Oh shoot!
He's gonna sell.
He's gonna sell it. Oh man, we should have thought of that when we started spending so much money on 24 karat gold. And
speaking of which, we got to start paying down those bank loans.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a problem for future Rob and future Carson. Yeah. I don't like those guys.
And the next generation can cover it.
Exactly. Wait, are you saying we shouldn't fill up the inside of the solid 24 karat gold trophy with diamonds? Like half a carat or above? You're saying don't do that.
What if it was like half diamond, half amethyst? Or sapphire?
I mean, like amethyst is a huge step down. I know because that's my birthstone.
Okay, sapphire.
Okay, sapphire. Yeah, I mean, sapphires are like, I think the second most expensive of the colored stones. I think emeralds are the most expensive, and then it goes sapphire.
Okay.
So, okay. Let's do that.
All right.
Let's do that.
Deal.
Yeah. It looks like water, we'll say. Like we're going for a theme and we're not like cheaping out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's an Iden theme.
Wouldn't want to feel like we're cheaping out with these solid gold diamond filled statues.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yep. Yeah, bear chills. Good old generational debt. Push it down the line. When you die, the children will be horrified. I did put this in your name. You didn't know that? Oops.
Yeah, thankfully you can't.
You can always forge documents.
That's true. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I'll have to remember that next time,
Yeah.
Just down the line.
Just shove it down to someone. Yeah, that's why you actually don't have to pay your credit cards as long as you use someone else's. Yeah.
Another good point.
Unethical life pro tips.
Unethical life pro tip.
Just
steal credit cards. Yeah. I gotta say, as someone who had their credit card numbers stolen like a year or two ago, it really works. Like it works.
They got you.
Yeah. They definitely got me. Good. Yeah.
I feel like it's extra because you have like a more like common name. Like Bob Johnson is like, so I feel like identity theft could be a problem too, just because there's so many more Rob Johnsons than there are like.
Yeah, I take like extra steps against it actually.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I know I can't have I told the stream. I think I've told you, but when I tried to rent a house, I know I told you, right? And the guy like wouldn't phone me back, and then eventually he did. And he's like, "I'm never gonna rent to you. You're a piece of crap." And I was just like, "We've never talked before." He's like, "This is Rob Johnson." I was like, "Yes, this is Robert Johnson, but we've never talked before. Like, this is a different phone number." Like, And I was like, "What happened?" And he was like, "This guy like came and he." Apparently, there's another Robert Johnson out there that's like a total dick. He might live out like near Coquitlam. I'm not sure because that's where I was trying to rent a house. And yeah, oh man. And there's a Robert Johnson. I won't go into too much detail, but there's like my middle initial. Yeah, it's very similar to that. So it's like Robert something Johnson, and he's like a lawyer here at the Meta Lab thing. Like the Life Labs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I see it every time I came out of there with my mom. Just like, I could have been a lawyer,
Just like flash your ID there and be like, I need to get inside, please.
Yeah, that's so true. If my middle name's on there, they might not even think about it. Yeah. Yeah. I gotta change my name to Bobby John. I'd probably go with like there's a funny thing about like the name Rob, Robert, Robbie, Bob, Bobby. Like the dividing line, there's 5 names there, right? And the dividing line is definitely between whether you go R or B. Not whether you go like Robbie or Bobby. Those aren't the same people. The dividing line is Rob or Bob.
Yeah.
And I don't understand it. Like many moons of, there were like 5 people in my grade named Rob, or Robert, I guess. Actually, there was probably more than that because I didn't even think about Bobby. Like, I think of that as a different name,
Bobby, Bob. Yeah. 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 You usually don't have like Bob and Bobby like interchangeable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep. Robson John Burt. Yep. Big Bobby Johnson. Bobby Big D. Yep.
Actually, most people called me, like a lot of my friends just called me Johnson. Yeah.
Johnson.
Yeah. I got that a lot.
You ever call you Schlong?
Nope. Unfortunately, I guess. I'm not sure if I wanted that or not.
Old Robbie Dong,
I mean, keep it going. I say, I
Big
like
Rob's Johnson. Roberto. I feel like Roberto that's a name. Like that's just a different name.
Yeah, I agree.
Not a.
Although, like, I knew this guy, and I'm sorry if I've told this to you as well, Carson. But a lot of people don't know. So my auntie's from the Philippines, right? Actually, maybe I haven't told you this story. And I didn't know this, but there was a guy who worked at, do you know Joe Forte's, the restaurant? It's a pretty famous restaurant. Yeah. So he worked in the kitchen, and so he'd be smoking out on the back when I would come in to the parking lot. And he was from the Philippines, and he had the same name as me, Robert, but they would say Roberto over there, right? And so then we were talking, one day, and you have the same name, and he was from the Philippines, and they have a special greeting in the Philippines only when you share the same name as the person, right? And it's different depending on what dialect of Tagalog you speak. So when I would come in there, I had to roll down my window, and there was like the garage there uses a key. Like you're getting into the bat cave. You put in a key and you turn it, and then the garage door opens. It's really weird. But anyway, he'd be like, "Hey, Robert, katuayo," when I come in there. Katuayo, or whatever. But I thought, like, as someone who's into languages and learning languages, I thought that was the coolest thing ever, that they have a special thing. And so there's a guy at a local Subway, also from the Philippines, also named Robert. And so, but he's from Manila. So it's like, it's not Katuayo, it's like Katokayo or Tokayo. I can't remember. There's like a bunch of different ways of saying it, but I learned them all, but I don't know which one goes where. I only know that he was from the North West, so anyway, but.
That's really interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Specifically for someone with the same name as you.
Only if you have the same name. Yeah.
There's a ton of people in the Philippines, so.
Well, and like because of their history,
not nice history, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of them, share similar names, So yeah, but yeah, it was fun.
Yeah. Leviticus asks, "Do you smell like Johnson & Johnson baby powder, or more of a sweaty Johnson smell?"
So the Johnson & Johnson thing, I got that a lot.
Okay.
Yeah. So
you didn't answer the question though.
I don't smell like either. I hope.
Just always smelling like baby powder,
or nasty sweat. Yeah. I hope neither one of those things is true. Hopefully I have like a natural smell that's not too offensive. And if I do, like, when I go to jiu-jitsu, I wear a Dr. Squatch. Actually, I go for Dr. Squatch. I like a natural deodorant. I usually go with I forget what it is. It's something bourbon barrel or something like that. I got 2 of them, and then I keep one in my bag just in case, I forget or something before I go. And that's something Falls, but I like it. Would recommend, Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. What about you, Carson? What do you smell like?
I usually have like Old Spice
Nice.
Deodorant.
Classic.
And then I usually try to use like a yuzu detergent for my laundry.
Okay.
So it's like a little bit of like a nice like fresh citrusy smell.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's
I like it.
Yeah, pretty good. Your story about the same name thing reminded me for some reason of something that happened at the tournament. So I was playing as the ringer, and there's this guy.
I wanted to ask you about this, but because Alex and Eric were told me to ask you about it, but we didn't have a chance to talk before the game started.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this story first, and then we can chat about whatever you wanted to chat about later.
No. Okay, yeah.
But so I was playing against someone, and he had these like for little treasure tokens for intercept and recover. He had these like little mini golden geese that he handed you, and you could like put near your models to like mark that they were treasures.
Cool.
Like, oh, that's super cool. And then I looked at his shirt and I noticed there's another golden goose there too. I was like, everything's like golden goose themed. He's like, yeah, my club has this nickname for me. It's like golden goose kind of thing. And I was like, oh, that's super cool. My club has a nickname for me too. It's asshole. And then that really got him. And he let me keep the golden geese too. Like
Dang.
And he was giving them to each of his opponents. So I think he was like 3D printing them. And
whoa.
Yeah.
That's really awesome. I do like
Bobbert, John Daughter, and Mustache.
Yeah, Bobbert, John Daughter.
Yeah.
I don't know why that got me so well, but yeah. I don't go by Robson anymore because, I was getting confused with the very famous street in downtown Vancouver. So it was a whole thing, Yeah, it was a whole thing.
Yep. Yeah, I brought, like regarding the ringer thing, I thought I brought a bad list.
Yeah.
But so I was the ringer day 1 and Eric was day 2.
Okay.
And unfortunately, I like tabled every person I encountered. That decided that...
Did you table the guy that the golden goose guy?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because you said you played him. I'm sorry.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So now he knows why we call you asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just.
I was like, okay, I'll bring some lead belchers. They're horrible. I'll bring some. I'll bring like a thunder tusk.
Yeah.
It's really bad.
Yeah.
And like 2 packs of Morin Fang. Like they're not really doing anything.
That's crazy though. That's crazy.
And then it wasn't like it was like, oh, my skill was so much better that I tabled them anyway. Like I just like diced them super hard both times.
Fair enough.
And so I would just like walk forward. I know in the first game it was like Mike Hammond that played against me, and he's like, haha, this is just a chill game. I'm just gonna like run everything forward into the center of the table. And I was like, cool, sounds good. And then I proceeded to like delete half his army, turn 1, and then get the double turn and like eat the other half. And like 5 Gorgers picked up all 10 Skull Reapers in one swing, and just like
what?
Yeah, and I was just like, I'm so sorry, Mike. Please forgive me.
And then you laughed evilly. Yeah. And twirled your mustache. Yeah.
So sorry. You get beaten down into the ringer. And then after that, I was just like, well, technically, you still get 80 points in all your battle tactics because you win against the ringer. Yeah. So just like rinsing people and then going like, oh, you actually scored 80 points. Good job.
Insult to injury.
Yeah.
Is the ringer on bottom table or is it just?
Yeah, so we had an odd number of players. Normally you wouldn't need a ringer if you have even numbers, but since we had odd number of players due to drops, it's just whoever's bottom table.
I see. Wow. Yeah.
Except round 1, it's completely random.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that's fair. I didn't think about that. But if you get the ringer round 1, do you still get 80 points?
Yeah, I mean, it changes tournament to tournament. I probably wouldn't do that if it was like a really big tournament.
Oh, yeah, I see.
I'd give some like medium value.
Right.
But like there can only be one winner. There can only be like it's because there's less people, it's like way less of a fluctuation.
Right. Yeah, that's right.
In your rank. So and also at this tournament we did wins, opponent game win percentage, major wins, and then battle points. So that was like the 4th tiebreaker. So it's not a huge deal.
That's I think that's how they should all be done though. Like,
I agree for extremely biased reasons, but I agree.
But I mean, like, whatever. Yeah, we've kind of already talked about this in the past, but yeah, no, I like it.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, that was Brighter Dead. Lots of fun. I look forward to hopefully running it again next year. So it's seeming like, assuming we keep things going and find a new venue and stuff like that, Dale and I believe Roman and Natasha will do like Cake or Death in the technically still winter, I guess. So like February kind of.
It's usually around Family Day, which is the third weekend of the month. For some reason, like it's always on my birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not joking. Yeah. I mean, it's literally the farthest away it's been was the Monday that was the holiday. Or I see, no, but then the tournament. Wait, the tournament isn't on that Monday though, right?
No, it's always Saturday, Sunday.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's usually, anyway. I didn't know that Roman and or Natasha were going to get involved TOing. That's really cool.
They already did last year. They helped out.
I didn't know that. No one told me.
Yeah.
Dale took all the credit for himself.
I don't know if Natasha and Roman were necessarily TOing, but they're definitely helping like logistically and like organizing things and stuff like that.
Which is like the most important thing.
Yeah, exactly. Like rules questions actually at a tournament, there's a lot of times where people will just like turn around and ask me, even if I'm like playing a game. They'll be like, "Hey Carson, what's this?" And then I'll tell them, and then that's that. Like
that's fair.
There tends to be kind of like a cross pollination of like, if someone has all the books or something like that, then you can quickly ask them, without needing to like call a judge. But yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, yeah, you're a great rule source. Matthias is an excellent rule source. Alex is a very great rule source himself.
Yeah, like if you need like a ruling or something, obviously you would need to call.
You'd have to go. Yeah.
But just to ask, like how a rule works.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like most of the time, you can just go with what one of you guys says, and then
just literally asking how it works. Like it's
exactly right. Well, most people like that's all they're really looking for. Like most of the time, especially in AOS, it's not that contentious. Where it's like, you know what I mean? You're like, well, this is how the rule works, and then the other person's like, no, I need to hear it from the TO, or I'm not going to accept it. Like, no, come on, right? So,
yeah, exactly. But yeah, and then Eric and I are going to be doing Brighter Dead in the fall.
In the
we're
fall?
Probably going to do a little bit.
because this is okay. Sorry.
Yeah,
totally.
We're probably going to do it a little bit more like. I really want to try and coordinate with the other like surrounding tournaments, just because it was really packed this year.
Yeah.
And like, if we can try to avoid that.
Like,
yeah,
there's Northern Wastes, because they used to be at the end of August. Now they're like super early January, right? Or super early September, rather.
It's a Labor Day weekend. Yeah.
Oh yeah, exactly. So like they came later, and then you've got Kippers, which is usually around the same time. And then, what else? I feel like there's one or two more. I think Sparkle Party, don't they have one that's, and then there was 5 Alarm. Like there was so many, like, you guys weren't doing it on purpose, obviously, but.
Yep, absolutely.
But, that's awesome. Yeah. So it might be in September, it might be in November, or it might stay in October, but
realistically probably be pushed later, if anything.
Okay. Yeah.
Just because September and October seem to be like so packed.
So popular. Yeah, that's fair. But then you also have to think about worlds and stuff like that. So
I don't mind being close-ish to WCW.
Fair.
The thing that I'm more concerned about is like if there's only 3 months between Brighter Dead and Cake or Death.
That's a good point. I mean,
it's a little weird.
Like, oh yeah, because they're in the next. Oh yeah, because they're in February usually. So then
and so if we had it in like
January, December, November, October, so you're currently 4 months away. Yeah, that's a good point. So then,
so we'll figure something out.
Right. But then if you had it in in September, you'd be 5 months away. So that's kind of closer to half the year away. But you
Yeah,
don't want to
but
be so close to Northern Wastes.
well, it's like there's 3 events that month. Like it's like
Jeez.
Northern Wastes, and then also Nova is usually the same weekend as Northern Wastes. Then Sparkle Party is usually in September.
Right.
5 Alarm or False Alarm or whatever iteration it is usually in September.
Right.
So that's like, well, I guess 3 local events. Like,
well, and to be fair, we're if you're trying not to step on Kipper's toes, because they've been they're a long-standing, and then we have a really close relationship with the Northern Waste people, and our sister club is the DC people, and I think they're doing March and September. So, yeah, what do you do? Like, I guess it's better to err on the side of having Bread or Dead be too close to, Sparkle Party, if anything. But you could switch to like April or something, I mean, obviously that's up to Dale. Like that's his baby, but
summer, maybe August. Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah,
it's tough because like it's a good problem for the community to have, but
That's
there are
true.
way more smaller events now.
That's true. Yeah.
So like maybe August or something could work, but we'll have to see. We'll figure something out.
Right.
Yeah.
Good.
Regardless, went well. Looking forward to Kick Your Death, and I hope we can see more people at Bread or Dead next time.
Absolutely. Yeah. Make something nice. It doesn't have to be all bread. It just has to have something that you can call bread.
Yeah. Technically, Danny's bread was bread and dead because it had bacon in it.
That's true. Is a tree dead if you cut it down? Like, is wheat dead?
Yes.
So,
yeah, that's true.
all bread is dead. Therefore,
All bread is dead.
Yeah. Could the next one be called Bread or Dead, all bread is dead?
It could be.
Like
This one was fresh out the oven.
Yeah.
That was the
Because it's the first one. That checks out. Yeah.
maybe the next one could be like something about a cooling rack. Yeah.
Oh, I see. Like have it go thematically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next
And
year
then
is,
and then after that, like once we're like we've eaten the bread, some butter on it, and it's all bread is dead because we've eaten it.
Yeah, that's true. It's just the way it should be. Do it again in November. Book it now. Yeah, good luck with that. Awesome. Yeah. Could you do homemade pizza? Ladivicus needs to know.
I don't know. I feel like that's too far.
I mean, but you had the pigs in a blanket. So.
I know.
So.
We'll see. We'll see how I feel the week before the event, and I'm scrambling. I'll be like, yeah, sure, whatever, go ahead. Like, just
or it's like whatever you feel like that week. You're like, I haven't had pizza in forever. You know what? This is the whole thing's pizza.
Yeah, like if someone brought like bao buns,
Yeah.
absolutely. Like my God, 100%.
Okay. I see how it works. I see how it is now. Awesome. Okay. Well, I think we've said everything. I can't believe how long we talked about the boxes for, but
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. Let us know what your favorite bread is in the comments, and or what tournaments you're looking at going to coming up, and what you guys are just kind of looking forward to. But we appreciate everyone coming and hanging out. You guys were really funny in the comments, and anything to add, Carson, before we head out?
Nope. Thanks for watching.
Yeah,
Have
we'll
a
see you
good
guys
night.
next week. Bye.